Hey everybody, it's me, Max Farrow here on Dex Effects. We're doing just a quick trade-in. I'll be meeting with Chris here in a minute. We're going to be doing some trades at 11 o'clock, which is about 5 minutes too. And yes, we are on demo because we are testing out our Dex Atomic and kind of showing the different parameters. We're pushing the limits. We also will be trading here beginning next week on Monday. We'll be trading our live accounts in this process. That's Monday the 17th. Sorry, I couldn't remember the date. If you're wondering why is that so much, is that this is a particular opportunity that we did with the USD CHF when the pair went out of the money within the network. So USD CHF, we had gotten the pair up here at 87.89 in this strike area. And as you see, when it went out of the money, we knew that it wasn't going to really penetrate this ceiling here. So we knew that it was going to try to get back to the MA because we know that this trend's curling over. So we knew that if we bought a pair, if we bought a strike price or bought the market at market price at between 70 and 75, that we could do almost a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio for our process. So we're very excited about it. We're hoping that this does come around and stays under the radar here. We're under 89 in the next 4 minutes. So we'll see how that is, but we'll keep this, the reality of everything is that we'll keep it with you. We'll stay here with you while we do this. Always towards the end of the hour, the last couple of minutes, everything's really volatile. So we'll see what happens. Now, even if this does lose, I'm only going to lose about 50 bucks if it does lose. If you can kind of see, unless this other pair loses, then we lose about 150, but that's okay because we got a good margin going on so far over the last 24 hours. And I could stand up for a good loss in there just to kind of keep me humbled, if you will. This is why I say in the last 5 minutes, never really try to come in and watch, just accept the result for whatever it is at the end. Could I get out right now? The answer is absolutely. I could get out and save myself like 70 bucks on the process, but the risk to reward ratio is pretty high of 1-to-1 right now. So you're basically risking 100 to make 100.
Hey,
buddy.
I'm going to mute you here for a sec.
Okay, that's fine.
Or myself, rather.
That thing fell pretty quickly. Felt the tension. Go from 1 second, they're all green, and the next then they're all red, and then they're all, if they make another color, I swear to God. Very volatile right here at the end. I almost like don't want to watch, and it's very quiet. Our webinar really doesn't start till about 11 o'clock that we're going to be doing here to show the trades and how they run. So I don't think this one's going to fail now in the last 2 minutes. If it does whiplash back up, I'd be very surprised. I've had them go both ways, so it doesn't really matter. Look at the Audi JPY just not moving. It's just like, no, I'm staying right here. And if we look back at the chart, you'll see what it's doing. It's whiplashing right at this MA in that solution. It pushed off of this signal here, and we knew that this was the top. You can kind of see that top really does work. Let's get back in over there. Got about 2 minutes left. I'm pretty sure we got the USD CHF. Audi USD may be really super close. But even then, we would still be, this would be $150. Minus 25, be $125 profit. But even taking the small loss here on one would be still okay. Getting down to the last minute here. get it warm and fuzzy with all the green sitting in there. But again, this is the market maker's value here. So in a few seconds, in about 30 seconds, this value will disappear and it'll look zero. And, you know, the profit margin or whatever will be astronomical. It'll look like we failed everything. But 97.83 had to come up 6 pips in less than 30 seconds now. This one here is still kind of sitting floating. We might be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, no, I think we got it now. It's sort of heading in the right direction. Top of the hour is always really, really spooky. The end of the day at 12 o'clock, that 11 to 12 one, if we're anything really super close, there's that disappearance of all the contracts now. Now we have just the floaters. This is a floater in here, sitting here at 74 minus $74. There's no way I would take that as an offer. Oh man, does that feel good? That's a $150 win right there. You got to kind of love that. All right, so we're going to wait a few seconds here. This all tally out at 11 o'clock. Now let's jump right back over into the game where those things are tallying. And we're going to be looking just at the 1 hours. It's 11 o'clock. We can also probably look at the 2 hours as well, but I'm going to be real close. I'm not even bothered looking at news. Don't even worry. I'm not even going to look at news at this process. I'm just going to head straight down. We got 11 o'clock here. Let's see how fast we can get that. No arrow for the Auto USD. No arrow for, hey buddy. Let's see, we're shooting down the gambit here. No arrow for the Euro Great Britain Pound. No arrow for Euro JPY. There's an arrow for Euro USD. But when we talk about dynamic structure, we're looking for other information when we look left. And there hasn't been anything down in this area for a very, 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 very long time. So what could we use as dynamic structure? And I'm going to tell you right now, nothing. If when we got what we call an opposition trade, trends heading down, lower, 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 right? You could use the bottom of one of these since it's supposed to be a lower trend. But if the trend is reversing at this point, which it keeps saying that it is, you got negation, you got some trend and a negation and a negation. And at this point, it would probably belly out. But could you use these? I would say that you could use these, but that's if you were doing a sell. You know, this would be your top and you wouldn't go anything higher than this. In most cases, I don't want it to be, I want it to be above because it's a sell, it's a buy, and I want it to be a buy. But this is my only, it's meant, if it's going to be a trend heading down, it's meant to fall down below this area. You see what I'm saying? So this is not really a great area to actually go with. And I'm not going to go against the signal itself. I could do a reverse and come up here to the MA and say, okay, if it's going to be below up here, then I could say it's going to be below 0859. But in this case, this is a trade that I would not get into. This is the only disqualifier for me for trades. As you know, if I can't find a good price on Nadex, is another one. But here, I got to have more information, and I just don't have it. Great Britain Pound JPY is another good one. There's an apex right there. I'd feel real more comfortable 143.08. But I do think we really don't have anything left either. Again, 1 point crest is not a trend to make or dynamic structure make. So I would try to find something in this area right here that made sense. 143.08. But that's about 30 pips off, so probably not going to get into that one. Hit Great Britain Pound USD. We could be very subjective, right? Like here at this one, I knew that when we were at Great Britain Pound USD, that we were at this level here, this double top. If I brought it down below to the nearest structure to there, I knew we'd kind of be safe because the double top would give us protection in this, and that's why we won that trade. USD CAD, no arrow. USD CHF, no arrow. And USD JPY, no arrow. Big movement though. So since we really didn't have any good cherries in there, we're going to jump over to our 2-hour signal. We're going to jump over to our charts and we're going to have a look around. Auto USD, no arrow. Auto JPY, no arrow. Euro Great Britain Pound, no arrow. Euro JPY, there's an arrow. And it looks like we got some structure to work with. We have two values of structure, but one's a little bit close. 21 to, let's see, 19, 11. I want to go over and see what 119.28 would yield on the Euro JPY and see if we have an opportunity there. I'm going to hit refresh on my thing here. Go here. It's Euro JPY. Now, this is a 2-hour trade, so we're looking for 1 p.m. And what was that number again? That was 29. Oh, wait, what am I missing here? Oh, 119.29. Probably not gonna, there's 9, oh, there's 29, okay. This would be a pretty good number to kind of put in as a working order. Now, I filled a couple of working orders today. I put my working orders at $25 profit, at $25 profit margins. And we'll keep that there just for right now. 119.19 could be a viable number, but let's look at it. There's 22, I mean, we'd have to be right around in this area. We do get a little double hit here, but I have nothing left to confirm. Okay, so I probably wouldn't use this double hit as I would use this green structure because we've been hit before. It looks like a long time ago, but 3 or 4 hits at least because it wouldn't be green any other reason. So we'll keep that line on. And I think that's the line we're going to stay with. If it does come up anymore, then we have a potential to pick up a working order and it push down south. All right, let's keep going. Euro USD. Euro USD also has the potential here. Let's look at this particular line, 0859. 0859 on Euro USD, 2-hour trade, 1 p.m. Where are you at? 0859, there's 54, there's 58. Now here's the thing, 58 is a good number to be on. It's 1 pip. I mean, we have to kind of look back at our chart again when it's off. It's 1 pip down, so it's right here. Could that have enough mold? Well, you know what? If you're going to take the risk, it's on you. So I'm going to do it right now. We're going to do this as a market order. We're going to put 1 in here. We're going to get it for 29 bucks or 30. We got it for $30.05. Okay. We're going to keep an eye on this one. This one, if you push in a little bit and you feel a little bit yonky about it and you're, don't lose more than your $30.50 there, your $70 or whatever. It's, when you get to about, I wouldn't use this as like a profit loss understanding, just know the market enough. If it's going to start really pushing against that, then I would probably pull it off, right? But your real power would be at the number, the 0859. That's where you really want to be at, for the protection. All right, that's where true structure was at. All right, let's jump back over and have another look. Great Britain pound JPY. No arrow. Great Britain pound USD. No arrow. USD CAD. No arrow. USD CHF. And we have an arrow. Again, we have structure in 2 valid points. We have one with a green support and resistance, and we got a double top structure there. But we also have, let's see, I can't see it fitting into anything else. Usually I like to see some other fittings in there. Like we have this right here, we have this right here. But I'm not really getting, there is something happening here, but again, I'm not really getting a good feeling from here, especially this support and resistance line really has done its job. So is this one. So it's fitting into this channel right now. So in all essence, we could just use the channel 97.91 as the premise, right? You can even probably use, I'm not saying go against your arrow, okay? Because that's a whole nother set of trading. It's like Dex Atomic plus, right? So we don't want to jump into that. So I'm just going to go ahead 97.91 on the USD CHF for 1 o'clock. 97.91. There it is. That one's fitting perfect. So that's a $20 one. Damn. I wish we got it a little earlier, but that's okay. Place order. We're going to do that. Okay. Just put another working order. So we got 1 on now for the Euro USD sitting at 0858. That would do as well. Hopefully it does as well. We'll keep an eye on it. Where did my thing go? Okay. We got one last one, USD JPY. And no arrow. Okay. So that's about it. At this time, I guess I'll bring up my good buddy, Chris. Chris, what did you get into, buddy? Hello?
For the 11 o'clock, Max?
Yeah, or 11 or 1 or whatever. Did you do 11? Did you get anything for 11?
No, I got in because I was, yeah, I did, as a matter of fact. Hang on for a sec. Well, no, I got in for the 10 o'clock on the USD CHF. And then for the 11 o'clock, I was in the Aussie USD.
Okay,
And I got into that one. That was a winner chicken dinner.
cool. And did you get anything for 12 o'clock?
No,
Okay.
because I've been on with you.
Oh, well, I've been on with you and I got into things, but I got one on for the 1 o'clock. So yeah, we bypassed everything. There wasn't really anything wonderfully great in the process for Dex Atomic for that. So remember, you don't have to get it just because the arrow can yield a signal doesn't mean you got to force one in. You know, you don't get the warm and fuzzy. Don't do it. It just comes down to that. It's very, very, very processable. All right. So what I'm going to do is do a little housekeeping at the moment.
But hey, Max.
Yeah.
The other thing is that I mean, I would need to check this out, but just as a thought process on the USD CHF, you know, we have the 2-hour signal, but if we went to the 1 hour, I mean, that could be an idea. I'm on the USD 97.91. It's only it's only $9. So.
Well, I did the 1 hours when I went through the 1 hours already.
No, I thought you put it in for the expiry at 1300.
Yeah, that's 2 hours away. That's the 2-hour trade.
No, I understand.
But I already went through all the 1 hour ones.
Let me explain myself better.
Okay.
I understand that you were on the 2 hours and you already went through the 1 hour. Can you use the 2-hour signal
No.
to determine what would happen on the 1 hour?
No.
Okay.
No, the reason I don't is because on the 2-hour signals, on the 2-hour charts, let's say the 15-minute physical chart, okay, that's a 15-minute bar. And this would give us premature information. Okay, because it's a 15-minute bar, not a 5-minute bar. We usually look at information per bar about 4 times the status of the expiry, right? It's a rule of thumb that I've been using since I started daily signals. Okay, I use this formatting because the 15-minute chart gives me enough information for dynamic control to say, okay, even if it does hit here, it has enough time to pull back, right? So let's just say like this was, so we wanted to do it in a 1 hour, right? And our limit was up here, okay? And it did its thing and then it went way out, but this would be the expiry then, and you would lose. So the information for that dynamic control, right, which was right here, ended up winning because we were able to keep in for a full 2-hour process, and it bounced off its dynamic and it came back down. You see what I'm saying? So the 1 hour charts are for 1 hour trades. If I just wanted to use them all of it, I would just teach you how to use a 15-minute chart for everything. You see what I'm saying? So no, we wouldn't short the expiry.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. Now, we had a lot of trades happen in this, and I want to show you what I did. This is a lot of stuff that's happening in here right now. Excuse me. And it's a lot of information. So I'm going to try to filter it out as best as possible. You're going to watch this as I work it out. USD CHF 97.85. We're looking. This is the other one we got in there. So what had happened is USD CHF, we had at 97.85, and the pair, it went out of the money. Okay, so we ended up buying another one at like $70. And so then it averages them out on either side, but we ended up getting the other one at a really good price. And you'll see that here in just a minute. And you'll see how much we made on this one, which is incredible. Let me put this, where is this at? It's right here. And right there. Okay. Now I got to use a special one in here for this one. Normally I just copy and paste. Wait, what? What did I do wrong? No wonder. Hang on. I have to put this one to the side because this was a closeout, an early closeout. So just give me a second here. I got to get that one because I got into a trade with USD CHF at a different pricing structure, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't. It's 97.89, so that was the wrong one. So 97.85. It's this one right here. So I guess you can actually consider not really a loss, but I guess I did lose $7 on this one. So we did have. It's considered a loss. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so much. Okay, so I got into this trade and I scalped out of this trade because I didn't like the value that I was in at. I felt that it was too low, and it ended up squeaking by anyway. But it would have ended up winning anyway because I think the pair ended out at like 97.81 or something like that, or 84, whatever it was. But I didn't at the time when I made it, and you can kind of see I got in, and it only took 2 minutes for me to go, yeah, I don't like that one. So I'll take the hit on that one. That one's a loss. All right, so let's get down to the next one. Why is my voice going? Excuse me. All right, USD CHF 97. That's the one. And if you see, we got this one for $25 profit. And then right around, let me get to the other one. Here it is right here. Right around 15 minutes later, the next one pops in, okay? And the next one pops in, we were able to get it for $70 profit, right? So we got pretty close to a 1-to-1 ratio. You see how that works? So that'd be $95 profit out of 100. So a good 1-to-1 ratio there. $91 made right there. Whew, loving that. Of course, then we had the Audi USD fire off and the Audi JPY fire off at the same time. There we go. There we go. So this is a 24-hour period. I started trading yesterday at 12. We did 1 p.m.s, 1 p.m.s, 2 p.m.s, 3 p.m.s, 5. Even traded early in the morning. I don't recommend this. This is probably why I'm losing my voice. And then we started again this morning at 7 a.m., 7 to 8. I think we did an 8 o'clock in the morning one this morning. Oh, my reverse is, yeah, there it is, 8 a.m. So not too bad, $536, all still with one contract. Not too shabby. I do say so myself. I'm really starting to like this a lot. We've got about an hour and 42 minutes. You're probably not going to be around long enough to handle on this one. But what I will do is I will do a follow-up video after Chris and I finish gabbing here for a few minutes on the process. But we'll begin talking about this. All right, Chris, you got any questions?
Nope. I'm 8-1. Just to let you know, I haven't posted it yet with the strategy, with your new strategy. It's so simple. It's just incredible,
isn't it? How fast? Excuse me. If you go back and watch the video afterwards, if you time the amount of time it took me on the 1 hour trade on a 1 hour chart, how long did it take me to go down the 10 pairs here and actually physically make the trades? Well, I want to try within the first 5 minutes of the top of the hour, I can get down and go through the entire thing and make all my trades, even if it's like 3 or 4 trades in there, right? Now you got to be careful that your balance can handle what you're doing. You're not putting in 10 contracts. You're only using 1. You're practicing out. You're learning how to get faster and faster and faster. Now I've been trading for many years, so I know how to navigate the process in between, but even I can sharpen it some. So this goes so super fast, but you got to learn how to read the dynamic code. You get something like this and you're this close to it. You're like, where's my hill? Where's everything? So pull back, take a deep breath, start looking at where can I match up, right? Like on a couple of them, we didn't have a lot of information. What was it, the Euro USD? That we didn't really have a lot of information. Here's a buy arrow, right? But this is the only point of contact that I have. Now, we know that on a trend, it's meant to keep going lower and lower, lower lows and lower highs. So where could a good number be for this to bounce off for the bottom to be support? Well, it would have to be the support line, right? 0831, but being 20 pips away, it's, you know, on a 1 hour trade, you're never going to see the light of day on any good market price. So don't even bother getting in. Don't even bother using it. It's a devalidation of the signal. Now, it will work. I mean, it's going to show as a win on paper, you know, but if you got this trade and you had to come down to here, this is something that, this is what you got to be really careful of, right? Is that if we would have gotten into this trade earlier, we would have lost if we would have used a single point of contact. You don't want to do that. You don't want to just use one single point of contact because you want to have basis on your structure. So as you get these like big giant move downs, unless you got something to the left to really work on or some support and resistance line, stay out of the trade. Don't bother with it. There's plenty of time. Listen, there's plenty of time for trades. This is just one day. Okay. And even if I just floated in for 12 to 3 or from 9 to 3, if I just did that from right there, that's a pretty good day. That's a $169 day there. And yeah, I got in a little early this morning and did what I did, but if I just stay today, right now, if I just stopped right now, there's another $180 day. So in 2 days, more than $300 just trading with one contract. Hey, Chris, how do you make more money?
Oop. You're putting me to sleep.
Thanks a lot.
See, I think it's volume, isn't it, Max?
Yeah, I think so.
Just curious.
If you found consistency, you go with volume. I think somebody smart said that one time or another. I don't know. It might be running through a gram, might be on my tombstone. I don't know. But listen, it really does come down just to trading the values, trading your process.
Well, it used to be what I'm finding, the example that you just went over, I forgot what pair it was. You used to really like those long trends, or the trends, but now when you take a look at it, you don't see anything over to the left.
Right.
It makes it difficult unless you're really adept at predicting the trend change.
Where I really like the trend at is that if I were popping this signal, right? The trend being my friend, when you get a trend with the arrow and a good support, this is it.
Right.
I would have came back up here and just said, okay, 0860, was able to get in because it was only 5 pips away. Boom, done. See you later. It works for me. And look, it worked like a charm, right? And even in fact, it did go out of the money just for a few seconds, but it came back right back in. And this is at 9 o'clock this morning. So these processes are developed for us to be able to utilize, but you have to know which ones, like even in here, what was a point of contact? If I tried to come down to dynamic structure, I couldn't do this one because it was right at it, right? Because the signal was firing off, it's right at it. You never want to use dynamic structure parallel to where your signal comes out, okay? You got to go back to the next form of structure, which is what? Support and resistance. Yeah, you got it, man. You just fired you sound exactly like me too, so it's all good. But if that wasn't there, where would you go? Up to peak structure.
Yeah.
Right? Well, if this little light green line formed because it's an intraday one, which means that it's happening just for today, which is right here and right here, right? This little darker green line means that it's a multiple intraday, but it doesn't have more than 5 connections to it. See, so somewhere a long time ago in a space far away, that's it connected to something else, a good peak structure. So here it has good peak structure too. Look at this, right? Now we called this little monstrosity a peak or a head, right? Because you get this even structure up, peaks out, tops out together, right? And it comes back down. So what the system recognizes is that it doesn't use the peak value so much as it does the head and shoulders value, right? So we call the shoulder value right here. And why is that shoulder value so important is because it gets tested and confirmed here again, right? So this is something that's a really strong conversion right there. So we know that if we come back up and we hit up here and we get a down arrow, this is a really strong, super dynamic structure to be able to utilize as a strike price, right? So let me tell you, understanding this value of learning dynamic structure over, because this is all about price action, right? The only lagging indicator we're using on this is the EMA. And you know why we got it on there? Because we needed something else. I just put something to give you colorful lines to have on there. To be honest with you, because we're not even really going to be using it, probably even take it off. You know, this MA is just to kind of help you validate the structure, of course, and see where the pair is going over a longer period of time. Not that you can't see it. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to say, well, that's a downtrend, right? Up, consolidation, a little bit of an uptrend, up, downtrend. You know, it doesn't take that much. You can read that with your, I wouldn't say your eyes closed, but even if you're a novice looking at this pair, right? I could take everything, I give you a naked chart and you can kind of understand that in a way, right? That it seems like the price is going down, right? So it's all a matter of your own preference. But once you learn how to read dynamic structure, you can't unlearn it. You can't unsee it. You don't just one day go, wait a minute, where did the peak go? It's there in front of you. The information's all here. The lines and everything else give you a little bit of history lesson. Like a dark green line is what? Something that's been hit multiple times. A light green line like this. The darker the line, the more times it's been hit. When it first comes on, like this one right here, the really light one, it means that it just started today, which means this process right here. Okay. When it gets a little bit darker, then it's probably sticking out for a couple of days. One here, one here, one here. But once it gets darker green, then you got head and shoulders, you got other confirmation, and there's nothing left. That means a long time ago, even before that what we call clear the data out, it was actually hitting other things. Now, the good thing is that once you really start to go downwards, you can see, look at all these really strong red lines. That's what you really want to mix your dynamic structures, that these become really, really super strong. Like if we wanted to, we could put just a pair on at 0831 because that's a super strong structure for it to be on. Make sense? Good. I know it takes you about 27 seconds to pop back in.
Well, I got myself on mute.
Well, you're probably talking back to me in all kind of wise ways, and
then I got to adjust where I have the screen, and so it takes me a couple seconds. You know,
I'm just gonna give you a videozation. Say, hey, red flag, time to talk. Go now. All right, so we basically got into one trade so far for this hour for the USD, but it's actually for the hour. It's for 2 hours from now. So I got a little bit of a break, right? So we know that at 12 o'clock, I'm going to be back and I'm going to be going and looking at my trades again, right? From 12 to 1. I'm going to trade to 3 o'clock every day, from 9 to 3 every day, from now until, I don't know, Nadex shuts down. Starting on Monday, the 17th, I'm going to be using our live account to start to trade and show trades being done, as well as still doing demo to practice and do other things as well. So you'll see me do really super secure trades that I really feel 100,000% about, you know, that I'm not edging in or doing anything else on my live account. And the ones that I'm like, let me practice learning what the levels are here, I'll be using my demo account. So you'll see my demo and you'll see my live account side by side, and you'll see me trading. This is a smart reaction to do. If anybody ever challenges you in a group or anything that we're doing, oh, I don't see your trades on the Nadex index. Are you in demo or are you live? There's somebody who's here just to cause problem, okay? If you're here to really learn how to trade and demo, practice. Yes, there is a difference in pricing structure. Can you get this one for $52 over in live? Who knows? You know what? In fact, let's do this. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pause the share. I'm going to put in my credentials for my other account. Here we go.
Hey, Max.
Yeah.
For those who are listening, that whole idea of demo and live,
right?
If there's a price difference, and that's what you're going to go over now, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Because all you want to do is, once you get those trading dynamics that you've been talking about, once you get those down and you're able to see it,
Mm-hmm.
then it's just easy.
Yes.
So whether you're in demo or live, you might still make the same mistake, but a couple of pips here or there,
Well, it's not so much the difference in indicative prices. It would be more a market price, right? The current market price. The current market price is set by the market makers. It's not set by Nadex. It's set by other traders offering actual orders for you to be able to fulfill or take at any time. So it's never set by Nadex. So there's not like some, moniker out there that's like, the Euro USD at exactly 103 is worth this much. There's nobody setting that. And a derivative is a contract that isn't touched to any other market. It follows the market, but it doesn't actually influence the market. So a derivative, which is the North American Derivative Exchange, Nadex, is all about following the market. I can make the best assumption or analogy here that it's like going to an off-track betting place, right? And watching the horses race, and you're betting with the house there, not the track, but the house. So Forex was like a racetrack. You're sitting in your bar or a thing, and you're making a bet with somebody sitting next to you, right? With odds and everything else that are available. You don't affect the odds at the racetrack by your bet. Make sense? So it's the same thing here. The guy sitting next to me is going to set the price on what he wants to bet me, 5-to-1 odds with 50-to-1 or whatever it is, right? Over unders, whatever it is, you set the rules, or he sets the rules for what he wants. Now, he gives the money to the bar being Nadex, and the bar holds the money until things are over, and they make sure everything is copacetic. And they call out the race, right? Which is the indicative price, okay? And for that, the bar takes a couple bucks, $1 from you and $1 from me when we make the bet. Now, if the guy wins, he takes another $1 from him. And if I lose, he doesn't take anything more from me, because that'd be stupid. That's a very nice gesture on Nadex's part, not to take the loser's money per se, right? So that's what it comes down to. Understanding that variable is that when you are on demo, it's all about practice. A machine does the market maker adjustment, where in the live section, the Nadex uses the real market makers. So let's have a look at something here. Let's just look at the pricing structure on the USD, just on the trade that we're in right now, the Euro USD. So I'm going to pull up the Euro USD on its segment here for 1 p.m. This is the 2-hour trade system. These are all the contracts available, or all the expiries available for Nadex at this time on demo. So if I do this, come over here, go to Euro USD and go to 1 p.m. We have them here, right? Now, you don't see as many of them as available, of course, right? It'd be ridiculous for them to do so. And if I pull a side-by-side comparison just like this, you may be a little bit off-founded here. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's try it again. There we go. All right. And you can kind of see, let's do 0872. Let's look at that one right there, 0872. Well, this one has 0874 because it's a little bit different in the price, because with the live side, you're going to get in a little bit different levels, right? So they might be better, they might be worse. It doesn't really matter. What we look at is what's made available, 0874. So between 74 and 72, $2.50, 25 cents, not on the market. So there may not be a lot made available, but at the time when pricing is available, right? They do this so because there's millions and millions of people in demo, and there's probably 1 million or so in live. So yes, pricing structure will deviate, but only on the way out contracts, right? They're not going to offer $4 or $5 on these way outs, right? So the time of actually trading, the ones that make a big, huge difference are the ones that are in that, 2 or 3 up from the expiry price of where it starts at. So that's what you have to kind of consider when you're dealing with live. You have to be more precise. You got to be very on track, but that's what this is about. It's getting in and swinging the golf club 1,000 times in a safe zone, right? And then getting out there and hitting the ball in a real game is completely different. You know, you're going to do this a lot more than you're going to do this. But when you do this on the live side, you're going to be doing so with a value and looking for consistency. Only trade, you're going to trade every trade that you can possibly can on demo, but in live, you're only going to trade those really, really, really super good trades. The ones that give you a lot of data, that have a lot of structure, have a lot of dynamic worth to it. And that way you can really build up your consistency. Because why are you looking for consistency? Dun, dun, dun. To simply apply volume with CVG, right? So don't fret on demo. Don't look at pricing and be like, all right, this guy made 536. I can go right over to live and make $536 tomorrow. No, you might only be able to, if you did one-to-one contracts, probably about half of these aren't trades that I would have not taken on. I probably would have taken maybe about a half of these trades and really been serious with them. Like, I know that these are really good. I feel comfortable with the other ones that I've done. There's probably one or two. Like when I did this one here, I didn't feel comfortable. So what did I do? I got out for a small loss, right? There's probably only one or two in here that I really didn't feel super comfortable about because of the level. I think this Great Britain Pound USD one was one of them because it had a really high price on it and was really super close. So I think I jumped the gun on that one. So if you minus that, about $500, maybe 400 at the most over the 24-hour period. But with the confidence that I have behind the trades, I would have easily been trading 3 or 4 contracts at a time, which would have been quadrupled the amount of money that I would have made anyway. You see, so I can find consistency in my value here, but I have to be very careful on how I deliver that to my live account. Does that make sense? I hope so.
It does make sense, Max.
Okay, good. All right. So let me pull my other Nadex account back up. And there it is. Put it back, stuff it back in my millions and millions. Oh, it looks like our other one came up. Our USD CHF came in 97.80, 92.89. Yeah, so it came in as well. It's the 2-hour trade that we were looking at before. And that's down here. Let's look at that one. That one got pulled in. Oh, this is a 1 hour, that's why. But here we go. Now we are going to be making a portal for the Dex Atomic in the process to give you as much information as possible. Now what we did was we came down to, is it USD CHF? Okay, we had this pair. We came up here. I think it was all the way up to 97. What was it? 97.92, 91. Ooh, wrong one. 91, right? So instead of 92, we came down to 91. So we got to keep an eye on this one just a little bit, not just because of the 1 pip. Well, yeah, I guess because of the 1 pip. All right, but 97, 92. So all the way up here. All right. We also got to keep in mind that we're using spot Forex pricing here. We got to probably start translating it into be a couple extra pips higher to kind of give us that buffer, because these are pretty exact dynamics that we're using. So I got to be a little bit careful. I'd rather err on the side of caution and come up higher and not get filled than get filled premature down here and have it just squeak over and lose, right? So pretty powerful. I think we're going to be a little bit squeaky here because it's a 2 hour, so it's going to come up, it's going to push, probably come back down again and fall down just below, but it has to have that time to recuperate. We got about an hour and a half left still on the trade. So I will do a follow-up video for this one. Chris, do you have anything else you want to add or bring to the table? All right, so we got, Chris didn't really have anything else to talk about at the moment. We sort of hit everything that we wanted to hit. We will come out shortly with our Dex Atomic process. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFXMarkets.com. I look forward to seeing you inside. And listen, get on board with this. Get inside. You know, get yourself an account with us and start trading with this process. It is very exciting. We will have the follow-up video after this on those particular trades. But you can also check me out on DexFXMarkets.com. We are there to help you. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFX Markets. We'll see you next time. And as always, trade well. Hey everybody, it's Max Farrell. We're back here again. Just right at the end, I said that we'd put on a little extra thing here. We got about an hour left, and to our trades. Just wanted to kind of show you that we're still doing pretty good. We're still hanging in there, just to let you know. All right, we'll be back. I'm going to go look at some trades real quick. We're going to put these on here just for a second. We're going to look at the 1 hour charts, or the 1 hour trade system. On the charts, we're going to hit the AUD USD. There is a pair on the AUD USD, or an arrow. We're going to be looking at, though, in this one, we're going to be looking at a little bit different dynamic structure. Instead of coming up to here to this first tilt right here, we're actually going to be looking left to kind of see if there's a little head and shoulders happening right there. So that could be a good sign. There's also this dynamic structure that's here, and this one's pretty strong. So I'm gonna show you here what I mean. We're gonna come left. I'm gonna draw that line out as straight as I can, and we're gonna bring it down to right about there. This one is really strong, but is it of a high risk? If it's within 5 pips of where the price is starting at, it is a very strong price to be able to get in. You'll probably see that you'll get in it pretty quickly, or really close to at the monies, if you will. But I would come back to physical structure. Now, is this structure? Yes, it is a form of the dynamic structure. But again, another big one is, if you can see it, you can see this head and shoulders structure that's here, where you get this M type of process up here. You can barely see it on a 5-minute chart because it's really sporadic. But this is the one that I would probably use. Somewhere in between here, a strike in between these two is something that I would use. Okay, so we're going to go over it. We're on the AUD USD. Let's make a decision here. Let's look at 67.31 for the top of the hour. 67.31 for the top of the hour. That's for 1 p.m. 67.31. There's 67.30, which is inside of our little zone there. But it's so close. Look how close that is to that process. But let's go back and have a look at that chart just one more time. If we said 67.32, is there a 67? There's a 67.34 sitting at 17. We're going to go with this 67.30 because I feel like that's close enough, just close enough to kind of make that work for us later. Yeah, there he goes. So it got bought in. So I feel good about this one, but again, this is a test feature for us on the AUD USD to kind of see if we can spot that solution of it popping back down from that dynamic structure in this area. Okay, could it be stronger up at 67.34? Absolutely. This would get you a nice, good head and shoulders, even back up to here, but still, you can't say 1,000 pips up and ever expect to get into anything. All right, let's go down the line here. AUD JPY. Now we're into an AUD already. Structure is in 2 spots. You got this one right here, which is being challenged at the moment. And then we got this one with the head and shoulders and a double top happening. And this is very powerful at this level right here. So we're going to use that 73.94. 73.94 on the AUD JPY. Wrong one. AUD JPY. We're going to go to 1 p.m. 73.94. There it is. It's sitting out there nice and pretty for us right now. God, one of these times I'm going to put 100 contracts in there. I'm going to be very, very upset. Okay. Now we got a lot on our thing. We got about 76 bucks. It looks like, oh, well, right now the reserve price is $76 because of this one down here. But we're in for a good amount, about 300 something bucks, 264 bucks there with that one, and sitting in reserve for about $300 out of our pocket right now. So if you only got $1,000, it's about 30% of your reserve right now, or of your balance. So you got to be very careful at this level. You may be just happy with one really, really good one. This is what I'm telling everybody too, Chris, is that there is a process that we have to be a little bit careful on how many trades we're going to be going in. Do we want to go all the way down? Do we want to wait for perfection? That kind of stuff. So you're going to be engaging with that as well. So I'm going to go to the Euro USD, another powerful trade, but there's no arrow there, no arrow there on the Euro JPY and the Euro Great Britain Pound. Probably no arrow, right? So we'll go down to Great Britain Pound USD. No arrow, USD C80. No arrow, USD CHF. There is an arrow. We do have some structure to go with down here at 97.80. That kind of fits in, even 97.81 with this structure here. So let's go look at that. 97.81 USD CHF. 97.83 is pretty long in the tooth. I don't know if I like that one. 97.83, which gets me up right around in here. Don't know if I want to push that. I think I won't. So therefore, I won't get into that trade. That's how it works. Let's look at the USD JPY. And no arrow there. All right. So we'll be back again in another hour from now, and we'll look at our wins and loss ratio on the process. Looks like we're doing pretty good right now. We got a couple hovering, especially over those 2-hour trades that we're on from the Auto USD and Auto JPY. And we'll see what happens. All right. We got into this really super skinny too on that 67.30, I think. But we'll see how that works out. We got it at a really good price of $44. As you can kind of see, we're averaging out really, really good, about $30 per trade, per win. So I'm excited. All right. We'll see you next time. Hey everybody, it's me, Max Farrow, Trader Max from DexFXMarkets.com, and we're in here with the last little hit here off of that process that you just watched. Let's do for Chris. Chris is not with me right now, but we're in for the last 2 minutes of the process. It's looking pretty yummy, as you can kind of see. 67.30 is the trade for me. No, I don't want. I was just about to rhyme. Isn't that crazy? 67.30. I'm very happy, as you can tell. But this is a very good outcome. I would have taken 2 of the trades that are in here for my live account easily. Okay, so keep that in mind as we build this relationship together. I trade on demo to practice and teach myself the process and keep myself moving forward. The system's been here for a long time. TNT Trader, the TNT system has been here for a long time. The Dex Atomic is a new way to be able to trade a TNT, and it is freaking powerful. It doesn't take very long to go down through all 10 pairs to see where the arrows are and to look at dynamic structure, as you've seen in the previous videos. So why are you still sitting here watching me? You don't even need the proof that this works. We know it works. Now, starting on Monday, the 17th of February, I will be doing most of my trades in demo, but some of the really cherry-picked ones in live for whatever reason, so you can see that it does work and that it does have the process. So please feel free to join us. You'll see webinars and everything else that you'll be asked to go to, or you'll even see videos on this channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel too, by the way. We're just waiting now for the last 50-something seconds, and then I'm going to tally out. So you'll have to be stuck with me just for a couple more minutes here. We'll tally out, and I'll show you what it looks like with everything else that has happened for the day and since yesterday. And yes, it is all demo, but don't sit there and think and snub your nose at it. There is a process that you'll see, and I'm going to say about 2/3 of them are very, very good trades to be in and lower risk, medium risk, right? Then you get some of those are medium to higher risk that you'll see that have. Now, last 30 seconds, all the market makers pull their trades. The computer system pulls their trades or their orders or their offers or what have you. And so it kind of looks all kind of crazy. You're like, oh no, I'm going to lose this. I got to get in. No, you're really, really good at $44. Okay, look at this. 67.30 was at $44 profit in that one. If we get them all, there's 30, there's 70, there's 80 something. There's 110, $135 worth of profit just in one batch of trades, just right before your eyes, right there. Some of these were over a 2-hour period. Some of them were just a 1-hour period, as you've seen. Way back when we started at 11 o'clock, we threw out those 2-hour trades. So super, super powerful. We're going to go up to the account here in about a second. But let me tell you, going down, I might just go down now 1 to 2 o'clock. Let's go have a look. I'll show you one last time. We probably won't have a backup video on this one. There is a trade on... We got some primary structure, which is a darker green, not as dark as that one that we do have here. Now, this is a good possibility to be in between this structure and here. Okay, and if we do that, 67, because I got more tails touching here, which is good. So this could be a good process. 67.23 on the Auto USD for 1 o'clock. 67.23. So between 67.23 and up to 67.26 is going to be a good process to be into. We're going to go to the Auto USD. We're going to hit, let's see, I got to refresh. There we go, Auto USD. Come on, come on, come on. We're looking at 2 p.m. 67. I did it again. I'm so 67.23. Let's go have a look. 67.24. It looks like it works out wonderful. We're going to take that one again. Another $40 trade. Boom, right there. It's already in. Now we're good. We're golden. That's where we wanted to be. We're going to see how well that will work out. In fact, that's where I'm going to stop right now. Audi JPY. I'm not going to do another Audi on top of it. I'm going to start showing you what I'm doing with these. 67. We do have something there, but again, these one-timers of having only one bit of structure. Now, the structure being at this level and average is really good, but I'd want to have it just a little bit higher. So anywhere between 83.14 and 83.18 is where I'd want to be on the Euro, Great Britain, pound. Let's go have a look at that, see if there's anything worth taking on it. Now, that's the other thing, too, is that you have to see if there's anything, 83, what did I say, 83.13? Like you're going to answer me, right? 83.13, let's say. 83.13. Nothing in there, 83.10. I think that might be just a little bit too low or too high for me, too low for me, and with no money on it. So we won't do that. Let's go over and have a look at the Euro USD. No arrow. Great Britain pound USD. We're going to start now looking out at Great Britain pound JPY. No arrow. USD CAD. Let's see if the USDs have anything. Nope. USD CHF. We do have an arrow there. Do we have some information to work with? We got a couple shoulders maybe in that area right here at this level at 97.88. 97.88. Yep, got a couple of shoulders and some zones in there. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. We'd be looking at this particular margin right here. At 97.88, we're sitting at 97.44. So let's go have a look. USD CHF, 2 p.m. 97.88. Oh, it's got good money on it. We're going to go ahead and put one on. Boom and boom and oh, it didn't do it. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. End order. At that time, anytime it's over, you're just not being fun. I'm going to delete you. I'm deleting you. 87, what did I say? 87, 88. Boom. Then we're going to do market order. Don't make me do that. There we go. Place order. Sorry, what? What are you talking about? You can't do it. So, silly boy. There you go. Up, there we are. All right, so we're in. We're on. See you in an hour, I guess. Maybe that's another video. All right. Well, I just wanted now to go in and I want to tally up what we did earlier so you can see what's going on. Let's do that. Let's do view history again. What is happening here? Let me do that again. History, boom, boom, ID. There we go. Now, bear with me because this is a lot of trades are happening in a day. So, did have this short loss, like a $9 loss earlier. $9. Yeah, $9 loss. Terrible. Fire me. There we go. All right, so we got it's 1 p.m., 1 p.m., 1 p.m., 1 p.m., 1 p.m., 1 p.m., 11 a.m. There we go. Boom. Lots of stuff happening there. That's a good one. That's a good batch. That's a good catch that we just did. Very, very excited. This is the, I haven't even done everything over yet for Zedon. I'm so sloppy at the moment. It's not even funny. We're just going to go ahead and take that Euro USD. We're going to come down about 4. We're going to insert one of Euro USD here. Boom, just like that. 58. There's the win. USD CHF. Put that right there. One down. And then we're looking for USD CHF down here. There's the payout. Boom, just like that. There. Now let's move all this down just a little. There's the Auto USD and up. And let's grab the USD settlement price here. Nip. And put this one down right about there. Okay. Now we're going to take, we're going to put in our calculators. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man, look at that. That's yummy. Love it. Love it. $657 in one 24-hour period. So we started at 12 yesterday. $657 trading one contract at a time. And this one had two because we actually added on an OTM trade. Look at that. $70.75 profit on an OTM. Kind of crazy. So that's what that is. 657, 22 wins, 1 loss. The one loss that we do have in here is that, oops, I want to get out. I'm scared. Call my mommy kind of thing. Where's you at? There we are. $9 loss right there. So, that's something that's going to happen every once in a while. You don't get warm and fuzzy about the process. Get out, right? Gotcha. All right. Here we are, 657. That's it for me. I look forward to seeing you inside. Hey, if you want to buy into this thing, get in now because listen, as everybody starts to come in, the price is going to keep going higher and higher. This is really working for us really well. So you can sit around and watch for the next 3 or 4 months as we trade and you're missing out wondering if it's going to work for you. I can guarantee you it'll work for you. You just got to be able to sit down and be willing to do it. All right. I'm Max. This is Dex. We'll see you next time. And as always, trade well.